First of all, I do want to acknowledge the staff in the HSE with whom I am in contact regarding medical cards, because their response is very satisfactory and it's very prompt. But I have to ask the question is, where has this review come from? Because it's a review that has caused considerable stress, distress and anxiety for people when they are being reviewed. And as we know, some of them should never be subject to a review because of the type of illness or condition that they have. And that stress is added to by the wait to see if they will be successful in holding on to their medical card. So I just wonder how much is spent to tender for the private company contract to carry out the administrative services of the HSE for the review. There are concerns that some of the people in a particular company who are asking the questions, that they don't have any background in this particular area, they don't have access to full records, so they're only getting names and addresses, and perhaps that's why people are being reviewed who should not be. And there's also a question that they are getting confidential and sensitive information now about people, and I wonder, is there Garda clearance there for those particular people? I mean, the Minister said that there was no deliberate targeting, but you have to be aware, because you've been told, of the concerns by doctors and by pharmacists of cases of hardship and distress among their sick and elderly patients who had their medical cards removed. And I totally agree with you when you said they shouldn't have to contact their politicians, but they are contacting their politicians, and I, like others, are contacted by people, particularly in their 70s, who have lost their medical cards, and they are not people of means. And I do think the thresholds are a problem, because somebody can miss out ever so slightly by a threshold, but they cannot, they can't be considered as people of means also. I want to mention two particular points. Thalidomide sufferers and those with symphysiotomy have medical cards, totally as is correct in order. And those who were given contaminated blood products have the HSAA card. Now, the ladies from the Magdalen Laundries, Justice Quirk recommended that they would have a healthcare package similar to the HSAA, but nothing seems to be moving on that. And I've had questions between Justice and Health, and these are elderly ladies. There are deaths all the time, and they do deserve better treatment than they are getting. And my other point is in relation to complementary medicines and whether they can be looked at in terms of health cards. And finally, the last point would be, I can't understand the rationale in giving free health care to people who are healthy, and we deprive people who are ill of vital and necessary health care.